Hello. So I see there is one person in here already. Hello and welcome. I'm going to wait a couple minutes before I start getting going with today's Meditation Monday. So welcome to everyone to Meditation Mondays. This is the third one we're doing in a row. So every Monday for the past 3 weeks, I've been doing a spontaneous impromptu meditation without knowing beforehand what's going to come through. And it seems as if people have been enjoying them and have been enjoying starting their week off in this way together. So hi, Ale. Thank you for being here. Welcome to everyone who's joining. Welcome also to everyone who's joining in the replay. I do get a lot of comments that you have joined in the replay. So thank you so much for doing that. And it's really doesn't matter if you're here live or if you're in the replay. What's important is your intention to absorb the energies and to meditate in this way together. And it does amplify the effects of the meditation. So this week, what's going on? Let's see. There's lots of new videos coming out on the channel. Do check those out. A lot of short form and long form videos, as well as tons of little shorts. So I feel like there's quite a lot coming up for you guys, quite a lot of new content, which I'm sure you're going to be excited about. I did record a new interview with Alex Ferrari on Next Level Soul. That should be coming out in the next couple of weeks. I'm not sure if I'm going to know in advance when exactly that's coming out, but do keep your eyes open for it. And I will mention it here in the YouTube community as well when it does come out. Let's see what else is going on. It's March. Happy March to everyone. And I hope that wherever you are, your transition of seasons has begun and that you're feeling good through this transition with the days getting longer and with the winter melt beginning to occur. Well, in most of the places where that was the case. And if you're in the Southern Hemisphere, well, then I hope that, the heat has tapered off and you're having a good transition into your autumn. So hello, everybody. I'm super excited to get started. I do draw a tarot card before we get started because that's just fun and it gives us a setup for the energy of today and does inspire in some ways the meditation. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now as we're waiting for more people to come in. And okay. So this particular deck, and I wasn't going to mention the deck, but I remembered now to do it, is the White Newman Sacred Animal Tarot deck. I really love it. I love the illustrations. I love just everything about this deck, and it's created by Alba BG, who is an illustrator and has an amazing illustration style. And the interesting thing about this deck is it has an extra card, and that is the card that we drew today. So this card is called the White Newman, and as opposed to regular tarot cards, this card is the special card in this deck. I think there might be a second special card. I can't remember, of like a Black Newman. I'm not sure. But I'm going to read you this, and it feels really special. Yes, there's the Black Newman as well. So it has a couple extra cards. But what's written in the little booklet that comes with this deck is creation, starting point, divine inspiration. So I like those. And the little blurb underneath says, the God's Father runs free across the virgin Earth's plains. In apparent weightlessness, just like the bison in ancient cave paintings, it traverses the world, making sure that all of creation is in order. Above him, dimensions open, and the power of the sun glows behind his horns. The bronze stars and birds guide him as the morning breaks. The White Newman symbolizes creation through action, the perfect and divinely inspired path resulting from movement and momentum. Act, innovate, make the world anew. So I am loving this card for today. I'm going to put it on my painting back there. Okay. I'm loving this card for a lot of reasons. First of all, I don't like leaving the house. So you should know that about me, but I did leave the house this morning. In fact, I've left the house and I've already come back into the house. So I had quite an active morning compared to when I'm normally just in my space. By the way, that is correct for me because in human design, I have markets internal. So it is correct for me to be in my home or in a space that I associate with my home as my environment where I thrive. But I left the house and came back to the house, and I left the house to have this meeting about what's going to happen next with Vagrein, what's going to happen next with the work I'm doing, and finding aligned action from the spiritual level and also in the constraints of the material world to move forward. So it was a really nice meeting. It was really good. It gave me tons of information of how to move and navigate in the material world and the human world in terms of like all the administrative business stuff that goes along with being able to bring these videos to you, with being able to bring one-on-one sessions to you, the events, retreats, everything. So I love that card because first of all, it's very special because it's a unique card to this deck. It's outside of the normal tarot. So it is based upon the creativity of the person who created the deck, which is awesome. And it talks about aligned action. And often when we're talking about faith and surrender and free will and basically everything to do with like controlling your environment, but also surrendering into it and the law of attraction, etc. What happens is humans can get a little bit confused about what surrender means and how you ultimately are surrendering to yourself when you're taking aligned action, surrendering to yourself as the divine creator, which is super exciting. There's a lot of separation even in spiritual concepts, questions about that. You know, there's me and then there's God, or me and then source, me and then my higher self. But this card to me represents the understanding that aligned action and surrendering to yourself is your godly nature and is divine design and will bring you success. So I am super excited to get started. I talk a lot at the beginning of these, so I'm going to just have a sip and then take off my jacket and get comfortable. I invite you guys to get comfortable as well. And just begin to tune in to yourself. And we will meditate together. So thank you so much for being here. So take a deep breath in. And as you let go of the breath, let go of everything. Sink down. Let yourself get heavy on the chair or in the space that you're lying. Really feel the weight of your human vessel. Allow your breath to slow and soften and feel your body, this vehicle. Every aspect of it. Simultaneously, how heavy it is and how solidly it's supporting your consciousness. How stable. How dynamic it is. How cooperative it is. And as you feel into your physical body, I want you to also feel the gratitude that comes with acknowledging that you have this physical body and this life to play in as your clay, as your tool, as your vehicle and your companion. And for a moment, we'll sit in appreciation of that. I want you to shift your attention to the center of your head, as if there was a point right in the middle. Not to the left, not to the right. Centered between the top of your skull and your chin. Not towards the back or the front, but right there in the center. Right there. You should investigate if you can find your knowing, your seat, almost like a little throne where if consciousness had a physical form, it would be sitting and pushing the buttons, pulling the levers, almost like there's a crystal there that is the you that you most associate with being you. In the same way you had gratitude for your physical body and vessel, wonder if you can project your acknowledgement and appreciation, gratitude for this knowing that you are. The I am. And if your mind is wandering, that's all right. It can wander. It's inconsequential if it does. In fact, I'd even like you to think about your week now, what's heading out in front of you, and each and every thought that comes to mind, something to do, some worry, some concern. I want you to give it to the little being or that crystal that's sitting on that throne. Just take the thought and give it to that consciousness, the thing on your to do list. Give it to the knowing, the desire to control external circumstances. Give it to the knowing. Allow the thoughts to go inwards and almost be given away to this isness that you are. And I wonder if you can see that as you do this, as you give the to do list and the thoughts to this knowing, your faith strengthens. You give the obligation to the I know, to the I am, and somehow you're reassured that it is taken care of already. If a fear arises or resistance, you can give that too to the I am. And in this state of relaxed allowing and even delegating to the I am, I want you to imagine the best outcome for all of the things that you had on your plate this week. The tasks get done with ease and joy, pleasure, the relationships that you're concerned about are harmonious, mended. The efforting that you thought you'd have to go through or the suffering that you were afraid of simply doesn't occur. Instead, everything is smooth sailing. You're always putting your foot in the right place, taking the next correct step. It is like you're guided. Everything is falling into order around you. The isness that you are knows how to do this. It knows how to guide you to aligned action. It knows how to resolve your fears, soothe your anxiety, motivate you in the correct direction for you. And see how harmonious your physical vessel is with this I am. Without thoughts getting in the way or thoughts being surrendered to the I am, you are always moving in the right direction, saying the right things. And even if you come across difficulty in this week, you'll remember this moment at its start, and you'll tune into that crystal, that seat within yourself that already knows. You'll have faith and trust in it, and joy that you're inspired to what's correct for you. Now I want you to familiarize yourself with this calm, confident sensation of knowing that you're guided by divinity, protected, And to take that sensation and have it wash throughout the body now so you can memorize it on a muscular level. This relaxed, aligned action sensation so that you are a collaborative component with your higher self and with the divinity that you are. You do not see yourself as separate because you can feel it from the top of your head to your toe prints, and every single cell in between. I'm going to take 3 deep breaths now before we come back to our body in a active way. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. So now, as you come back to the room that you're in, I want you to acknowledge that your ability to hear is a result of the divinity you are. And as you wiggle your fingers and your toes, acknowledge that that is a result of the divinity that you are. Your breathing returns to normal. Acknowledge that is a result of the divinity that you are. And as you come back completely to this now moment, realize and hold on to the sensation that everything that you are experiencing in the all that is always a result of the divinity that you are. With that, you can open your eyes. Hmm. Hello, divine beings. Welcome back to this now moment. And I hope that that was a lovely meditation for you. It was lovely for me, for sure. And I hope that it has some impact on the way you navigate with less self judgment, I hope, because when we recognize that we are divine, there is far less self judgment. And with more ease and fluidity to your days, allowing your perfection and your imperfections, which are also perfect, to be in this experience of isness, guiding you, holding you, helping you to navigate. I just love that concept. If you don't already have the first 2 chapters of Vagrein Seeking Ends When Sharing Begins, which is, let's see if I can get this right, this book right here, then there are 2 free chapters of Vagrein Seeking Ends When Sharing Begins right on my website in the freebies section. If you have read the book, please head over to Amazon and leave a review. That would really help me, or to, share it with your friends and family. That is one of my main goals with the Vagrein content, is to have that book and all Vagrein's wonderful wisdom shared with everyone. And do make sure that you've subscribed to this channel and to hit the bell icon. Yeah, that's that's pretty much it for today. I'm sending all my love. I hope that you guys have a wonderful week. And do let me know how it goes. Leave it in the comments. If you come back to this video, tell me if you felt it was easier to navigate it from that crystalline. I imagine like a little tiny character in sort of inside my head, right in the middle, that is really the seat of faith and knowing and knowledge, and is calling the shots most of the time. And if I can just listen, then I can actually be in alignment with my higher self in a deeper way. So, have a wonderful day, and I will see you all again soon. Bye bye.